The Padres have gone to crap. The world is falling apart. The sky is falling. And we're gonna try to keep our sanity together.
Too late.
See through to hopefully greener pastures ahead.
Greenacre Passages.
On tonight's Padres Talking Padres. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Padres Talking Padres, your favorite Padres podcast hosted exclusively by fathers. My name is Jay, and with me tonight are two of some of my favorite fathers of all time. Not Happy Jack, who's very not happy, and Jerry's, whose lucky streak came to an end yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were going to get a comeback there at the end. Oh,
I just do.
Yeah. Real quick, though, Green Acres, the whole joke is it's not green. But go ahead.
It doesn't matter.
People are going to Google right now.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to do? Talk about the Padres or talk about something that was at least funny? This is funny.
Well,
but when they
been funny.
I think if Jose Iglesias had not hit into the double play, maybe got a single or a sac fly, we might have scored more runs. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, you got to have starting pitching, and it just whatever.
It's it's been a rough go of it. I didn't expect this, but there was a little bit of kind of putting the cart before the horse when everyone, including us, I feel like we're talking about, oh well, we've done so great against bad teams this year. We're gonna it should be at least to an okay. Little did we know the wheels would fall off from a pitching standpoint. Let's try to remain somewhat positive because I don't want this to be a miserable stream.
Well, I for one am not miserable, so
okay. Well, there you go. See,
well, you got free food yesterday. How could you be miserable?
Well, yeah,
and
but I've also found my perspective too.
Okay,
and sometimes a day off does do that.
I found my new house.
I alluded to it yesterday, and I actually did the math. If the Padres, who are now playing the likes of Colorado and Cincinnati, Colorado and the Chicago White Sox and all that, but the bottom line is even if they were playing good teams, if the Padres go 11-11, the San Francisco Giants would have to go 17-5, and the Cincinnati Reds right now hold a 2-1 advantage on us. But if that even held, they would still have to go 17-5. So,
when you
am I happy with am I happy with the situation? No, because my biggest concern was catching the Cubs, and now we're 4 games behind them, and so it looks like right now we're almost destined to come into the 5-6 slot. And doggone it, you do the math, but if we come in the 6th slot, there's a good chance that we'd be facing the Dodgers the very first round at LA.
Yep. Which, not great. It's actually, we have an easier path to the NL West than we do to the 5 card and the wild card.
And that's my other thing is that right now, Jack was alluding to the Pittsburgh is losing right now, and obviously they still got to go through the bullpen. They had to face Paul Skeens today, but we're still 2 games behind. And so, Jay, I think you brought up the first striking point. The starting pitching the last 11 games has not given us a chance to win.
No.
They are put. I mean, and we've all played some kind of a sport, where after a while you can try and talk yourself all you want. The guys in the field have got to be going, gee, Christmas, can we just get out of the first inning or two? Can we even at least have a chance to get a lead? And then to the detriment of our offense, they don't seem to find themselves until the 4th inning. I don't know what's going on. Our first round of at-bats just look horrible.
Maybe because they're standing in the field too long. I mean, seriously, that's
well, it did make a difference in against the Twins where we had the first hacks at the pitching.
1, 2, 3, right? I mean, that's the other way, Jay. I mean, seriously, the first 3 innings have just been terrible lately. We just can't seem to get a lead. I mean, we can't seem to score our 3 or 4 runs.
Even the game we won 12-2 or whatever the score was.
Late. Yeah,
we didn't score till the 6th or 7th.
Yeah,
the guy was pitching like a 1-hitter,
I think
He
Diaz
had a no-hitter, I think it wasn't
It was a
it?
no-hitter.
For 5
Diaz
innings?
home
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's like, and I'm like, I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. And and then yesterday, the guy pitching yesterday had a 5 ERA, and
Mhm.
Not when he was done, but yeah.
yeah, not when he was done. But it was like, okay, we got 1 hit. Let's go. Let's get to some. I was about ready to turn it off, and then Manny hit the home run. I go, all right, I'll watch a little more. And then they made it 7-4. I'm like, all right. And the bullpen did its job.
Mason Miller, perfect inning. Jerry, you were at the game. Were you still at the game at that point, or did you?
No,
leave?
I unfortunately, and I knew in advance, I had to leave at 3. Well, after 2 hours because of a doctor's appointment.
And it turns into a pumpkin.
And so, so I can't even take credit for after 4 runs. It was 7-4 when I left, and then after that, I just had to listen.
Oh, so you left when they were coming back. You were coming back, so when you left.
The mojo was gone.
That sucked most of the energy out of the stadium.
Well, they were 7-4, and unfortunately, like you said, Iglesias hitting the double play. I really thought that was the play right there. It's like, okay, that if we can get this couple of sac flies, even 7-5, maybe even get a base hit, get to 7-6. But
it was tailor made too.
We hit 2 double plays in the game that were just killers. Yeah. I mean, double plays are always killers, but momentum crushers. So
it's the risk.
Home run at the wrong spot.
The double plays are the risk you take when you're contact first team. You're just going to put yourself in that position more, going for contact more than strikeout. But also, we've been more on the sacrifice hits and stuff. We could have leveraged those more, absolutely. But I don't want to.
Yeah, Cronenworth and Iglesias both hit rockets, and that's what made them easy double. Or not Cronenworth, Tatis. Yeah. They both hit rockets. It's just like, man, you can't do anything about that. You hit it right at somebody, it's a double play. You hit it to the left or right, then it's not.
Cronenworth was a roller that scored a run, so that was great.
But the thing to remember there, though, is we probably could have mounted the comeback if you didn't leave early, Jerry. So really, it's still.
So I hate to do it, Jerry, but you're to blame.
Because my kid. It was
the Colorado game next Friday. So well.
Okay, well there you go. Because I had hope because I didn't realize you had left. I was playing with the kids outside. They were playing on the playground or whatever, and I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe that Jerry Magic is.
Maybe Jerry Magic is still there, but.
Yeah, but
not when he leaves early.
What can you do?
For a Klondike bar, I'd stay at the game.
If I wasn't so old, I wouldn't have to go to the doctor.
So. Michael's speaker says the rest of the show should be about the missing perfect inning with 9
immaculate inning.
There are 2 eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about the immaculate inning. That was pretty exciting. I wasn't watching because I was playing outside with my kids, but
I was watching.
Jack, you were watching it. Take us through the emotions and the thoughts of the.
I said that. I'm glad we have him on our team. Yeah. If we could just get to him with a lead. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I go, it's great to have a great bullpen. And I hate to be negative, but it's like this bullpen is money, and we lost Adam. Yeah. That is a huge blow. I don't care what people are saying on Twitter that you can't lose an all-star like that. He's money. He's and someone did point out. He goes, maybe it was you, Jerry. I read it somewhere. I go, I didn't even think about that. He's a different type of reliever from the rest we have. The rest of the power pitchers, and he's
the change up in a line of fastballs.
Yes, because even Morihone is a fastball pitcher. Yeah, he's a hard thrower, but he kind of mixes it up. I went, oh God! I mean, we still have Morgan. I mean, we still have a great bullpen. Mm-hmm. But God, you got to get some starting pitching somewhere. But watching Miller pitch is a privilege. He's an amazing talent.
Yeah, he's special.
I mean, the bullpen is not without fault, but for the most part, I would say that their error rate for the season is a lot less than the offense and the starting pitching, no doubt about it. Look, the other thing is, and again, I'm on the positive side, these things don't last forever. I mean, they're just going through a little bit of a funk. And I think after a couple of starts each, because it's now been about 11 games with the starters having this problem, I think it's time somebody's going to step up, and everybody's just kind of waiting for that one guy to start the motion and get it going and everything. Unfortunately, going to Colorado is probably not going to happen right away. But it's also time for the offense to take some of the pressure off of the pitchers, though. It's been a mixture of everything. But we're going to a very young Colorado team, and I got to say, not just because I went to the ball game, but that Baltimore Oriole front 4 or 5. That's some good hitters in there, man. That Jeremiah Jackson, it looks like he's going to be
he's a recent call-up, right?
Yeah. He came up when O'Hearn and Laureano left.
Yeah.
He's only got 100 at bats, but
they should have sent him too.
That guy, that guy looks really, really good. And of course, you got to love Gunnar Henderson and Rushman, even though he's on the IL. They were expected to go places, and I'm sure they're frustrated because they go into San Diego and they sweep a playoff contender.
Yeah.
And okay, where were we all year?
Well, a lot of that's their pitching though too. Their pitching hasn't been as good this year.
Exactly. So everybody's got pitching problems.
Sure,
Dodgers got pitching problems.
Too. And hitting problems. It's a shame where the Dodgers again continue to kind of just flounder around. We've had our chances to overtake them, but we've also been floundering. That is frustrating. I do want to ask the question, and of course, Padres Twitter always overreacts to things. But especially, with the Nestor Cortez implosion, the back-to-back home runs, the 7-0, the discourse then became, well, why do we trade Bergert and Kolek for a catcher? We needed the pitching depth, and now we don't have any pitching depth, and the world is over. We trade all of that for Sears and Cortez, who suck. Jerry, what do you say to that Twitter meltdown?
You know how I feel about Monday morning quarterbacking and everything. I question the Cortez only because I was talking to Michael earlier today, and I said the Cortez one was kind of like, why? You got a contending team trading away a starting pitching, so you kind of always get a little bit wary of it and everything. But hey, we all believe in Nuebla, so he's going to turn them around, and he looked pretty good the first couple of starts.
He pitched a perfect game against the Dodgers.
The Burger part's the one that bothered me. The Kolek, I got it. As a Rule 5 guy, we made better. But he wasn't
plus he's 29.
Yeah, and he wasn't a constant in the in the rotation. Bergert is a lot of promise, no doubt about it. But man, people, we got a starting catcher for the next 4 years, and you know what? I think it's time for everybody to kind of step back and quit thinking that a catcher is going to come over and hit 20 home runs and drive in 80 and hit 280. It's there's like 1 or 2 of those guys. And so, again, we thought King would be back. Cortez might work out. Sears might work out. The bullpen is stellar. Who knew that Cease was going to continue to falter? Who knew that Darvish was going to start giving up home runs every game? I mean,
I know these
pitchers are guys that we have confidence in long term. Mm-hmm. But again, this is an 11-game stretch where no matter what team you are, you can go to a place in the year where you can sit there and say they sucked right there. Yeah. And ours just happens to be right now. So
agreed.
I was listening to Cortez talk after the game, and he didn't run from it. He basically said, he goes, I know we've been the starters have been struggling, and I thought, okay, this is my time to step up. And he goes, he didn't say crap, but he goes, basically that's what he said. He goes, I just was crap, he
was embarrassed, and he didn't blame the fans for booing him.
No, he just said I blew it. So I think there is some pressure on the starting pitching. Mm-hmm. Because once it's like anything. You can't help but think about it. Okay, sure. I got to be the guy. Our bullpen is tired. I got to be the guy to go out there and do it. And then you look at Darvish, I thought he had good stuff. And then
we're looking 0-2, and then
0-2, boom, and then 0-2 hit, and 0-2. Then he hit 2 people. I'm like going, what is going on? I know you got 50 pitches. Let's narrow it down to 5 that are working that game. I know he's. But I think with the trade, I know people Bergert. I think we're all the same. It's like I hated losing him because he looks like the real deal. But again, it's just his first year. You don't know the film. I
think it would have been on a pitches limit too. Which how much of a help would it have been down the street?
And I think Preller's strategy was okay. The Dodgers last year had no starting pitching going into the playoffs, and they won the World Series because their bullpen was money. If I can just get these I'll get King back. I don't know what's going on with King. I mean,
he's doing a rehab tonight or tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, it just
and then I think he's going to be back after that.
Yeah, it's just been such a long time since he's,
Well, and how much confidence do you have that he's going to be back too?
Exactly, yeah. So
that's going to take time. Like these are supposed to be their career years because they're going into free agency, both Cease and King. God dang. Go ahead, Jack. Sorry.
But I think that he was thinking, okay, I got Darvish, I got
Darvish
Cease,
back.
I got King back, I got Pivetta, who's been money all year. Yeah. I just need a fifth starter.
Yep.
If they can go 5 innings, we ain't losing these games.
Yeah.
Because we got our hitting is better.
Yeah.
Our bullpen was already good. It's the best in baseball and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden the starters can't pitch. And then, like I said, it's 5-0 before you even turn around. You're like,
you think it's more mental than physical right now?
I think it is. I think that's what sport. I mean, I'll tell you I've said this all season about Cease. It's in his head. I mean, you look at it, you look at his stuff, you look at his stats, how many people he strikes out, and you go, I think there was a play where he thought someone should have made the play. And maybe it was an error by, I can't remember what it was, but you could see his whole face. Just, he wasn't showing up his team. It just, he turns around, looks in center field like he always does. And I go, uh-oh. You could just see he's lost focus of what he's supposed to do. And I'm like, because you look at his stuff, and I'm like, okay, this guy should be going 5 innings, 6 innings. And he's, with last game, he was at 80-something pitches in the 3rd inning. And you're like going, come on, and then he's giving up runs. I don't know if he could turn, you keep saying, okay, if he could pitch if he was pitching like he did last year, we're in first place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's just it. I kind of say it's both, Jay, because not everything is mental. You can have a mental attitude, but the bottom line is it's just location. I mean, not just Darvish. It's just, I mean, we sit there and look at the screen, and I know I'm being way
center cut,
way over the top and everything, but you sit there and look at the pitch, and you go, geez, in my younger days, I could have hit that one out. I mean, it's right down the middle, down. And usually it's for Darvish, it's been a breaking ball that didn't break. It is home run.
Money.
Yeah. And these guys know how to adjust to that and see that. The other thing that was brought up is the aggressiveness of a lot of the, not just Baltimore, but Minnesota, aggressiveness of the batters, knowing that the Padre pitchers are grooving them right now. And so instead of the usual 2-strike approach, a lot of them are like, no, I'm going after it because you know what? They're going to throw me a good one. And you can't argue. Again, the last 11 games, I think the starter ERA is like 7-something, and it's just,
is that good?
Yeah, it's bad. And unfortunately, the bad side too is we're going to Colorado. We got Pivetta going Friday night. Guess his career ERA.
Not good.
It's 13 plus.
He had a bad game with the Padres there the last time.
Yeah, and then you got I think
so
it's Darvish on Sunday. Who's been giving up the home run ball.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't decided about Saturday, so it's the question. One of the questions I had for you guys is that's going out there right now. Do you bring up Vasquez or do you do a bullpen game?
You bring up Vasquez. I mean,
I think we all agree with that because the detriment to the bullpen game right now is they're already being overused. So you don't have a fresh bullpen.
Yep.
Well, it's funny.
Unless Pivetta goes out and throws a shutout tomorrow, it's like, oh well, now everybody's fresh. Yeah. That may actually be the decision maker. Is if Pivetta, puts in 7 solid innings, you don't have to get too deep in the bullpen.
Again, what was his ERA in Colorado?
13.
13 plus. Yeah.
If he can go solid inning. But it's funny how Padres
tomorrow might be the bullpen game.
I've been saying for a long
lately
time.
They've all been bullpen games.
True.
I've always been a Vasquez fan more than Padre Twitter, and it's funny how they just. I
think Padres Twitter is fine with him.
Well, they are now.
I agree with Jack though, Jay. I mean, there was a time where just like get Vasquez out of here.
Yeah,
get him out of here.
I go. He's given up one. I mean, it's not his fault that. I think Schilt early on should have kept him in there for some of those games.
Favored him too much
to get him through that 5th inning. So
I agree.
again,
But also, like Vasquez starts are always like I love the little meme of Mario, but it's like super crazy, and he's just trying to jump through.
But but be fair, he he would have been called up before, but he had a baby. Congratulations, Vasquez.
Yeah.
Well, his wife had the baby. He was probably sitting there, whatever fathers do
on his phone or something.
Yeah,
like most of us, we just, is it done
I was
yet?
an active participant with my children.
Is it here yet? Yeah.
I was there for the C-section, so I saw the whole thing. So I'm a trooper.
Mine
but anyway,
was a battle. It was
but I just said, I go, well, let's call him up. Let's call him up, and and Nestor Cortez has pitched big games in the past with the Yankees. I mean, he's just fall. If you fall behind in this league, like you said, and you throw I gotta because that's what Cease is doing. Mm-hmm. He's falling behind, and then he's got to throw the ball over the middle of the plate. And
it's like it's like Merrill said. Just everybody, we understand what's going on.
Yeah,
we just all need to do our job.
Yeah,
So again, this clubhouse seems to be strong in that regard. Mm-hmm. When Nestor was having problems and before they had pulled him, I could distinctly see Manny coming over, putting his arm on his shoulder, like and
I'm about ready to snap your neck.
You do need that, though. Seriously, you do need that. You need your teammates to be behind you. You can't, we don't want a Famber, Valdez, thing where you're going to, try to hit your catcher in the nuts.
That is ridiculous, man.
Because you're pissed off because he tried to stop you,
Yeah.
I was hoping I was hoping the Astros would cut him and we could pick him up, but
sure,
one of the best pitchers in the game. Yeah,
but I will still go back to I think the offense needs to get in gear. You just can't expect the pitchers anytime to just go out there and throw shutout inning after shutout inning after shutout inning. And what made our offense when it's roaring is guys getting hits and it just seems like we're striking out a little bit more.
And again, when your team is it's I'm always it's physical, but I think it's also mental. Thank you. I don't know.
Kind of like talking.
Exactly. You get old, you forget to. But I think it's mental. You sit there and go, oh my God, we got to score some runs. But they against Seattle, they did take two big leads, and the starting pitching gave it back.
Yeah.
So again, Sears, I'll be honest with you, I knew nothing about Sears. I just knew his name. I'd never really seen him pitch. I'm like going.
Him and Hart just seem like the same animal, don't they? And I'm just not really in favor of those kind of. Well, their velocity is not where it needs to be, and so they got to be really precise. And look, I'm not gonna just bash them, but they're not that precise, and neither one has a career being that precise. And so, I mean, we keep going back to the same thing. King being hurt, Cease not pitching like Cease. Darvish starting to give up the home run ball. Pivetta of all of them still. I mean, he had really, they call it a bad outing, but he still got 5 innings in. He's the only guy I think that went 5 innings in the last 11 games. So I just got to straighten the ship up. And again, you're playing some really crappy teams. And I'll say it, if you don't make the playoffs now, then shame on you. My gosh, you got the easiest. I mean, if it was the easiest before, you just got done with probably 2 of the harder of the maybe 2 or 3 teams left. I mean, come on. You got Colorado for 7 games. You got the Chicago White Sox coming up.
In fairness, we're going to Colorado. I thought we were done for the season. Like playing there is insanity. In all fairness, so
we took them down. We broke their curse.
What I want to see it, and I really think it should happen, and I hope it happens, and I think it would be good for the team. They need to go in Colorado and beat the crap out of them.
Yeah,
just 3 straight games, have great offense, have enough pitching to win the games because Colorado is that bad.
Yeah,
we should go in there and take all our aggression out and just smack the Rockies.
And
I'm not saying it will happen.
Yeah, but it's also bad enough. It's also a bad enough team that they don't have anything to play for. And they haven't had anything to play for quite a while. And you got
young players. Young players going to try.
Yeah, but you got to go in there and just basically, like you said, take it to them. No, I'm not hiding from it. If the bottom line is you got 7 out of the next 10 games against Colorado, you pretty much need to go 6-1, 5-2 at the worst. At the worst,
I want 7.
Because if you don't, now you are putting in jeopardy of the fact of trying to go 11-11 because we still do have the Mets left. We still do have the Brewers left, I believe it is. So
well, when you said
there's a couple of toughies in there.
When you put in the Discord about the 11-11 and the Giants, I go, the Giants. I go, oh, that's right, the Giants.
They've been on a heater.
They've won 10 in a row or
9-1.
Kind of the thing that we did for Bob Melvin in 23, where once we were out of it, then we kind of just went on a tear.
Yeah, I mean they have
a long ball like nobody's business, and that's a team we went 10-3 against this year.
Yeah,
so, absolutely destroyed.
And it does prove everybody can get hot, everybody can get cold. Yeah,
no, true. It's especially this season. I feel like even the playoff teams have just had stretches of like, God, they're playing terrible, like absolutely terrible. Like I don't think a single team has been.
Well, look at the Tigers
the whole year.
Look at the Tigers look unbeatable, and now it's like they're getting whipped.
I was excited to go ahead. The Tigers are going to play the Mets. Good, they'll knock them down a notch.
And the Mets look like they were never going to win a game again. We swept them, and then they went on like a 0 for whatever streak.
Well, they're having the same problem as the Padres. The starting pitching has just been brutal, And now the difference is their offense has come back a few games. And again, maybe that's what we need to do. We need to. I think we talked about it. I don't know,
about a month ago. A rise from the second 2 spot. Is that you hear?
I talked about a month ago about how the Padres. Remember last year, Jackson Merrill alone won 5 games on walk-offs.
Yeah.
And man, I mean, we just haven't had any walk-offs. It just seems like
not in a while.
No, it's just been a non-exciting year. Now you don't always want to win everything by a walk-off.
I attended the last walk-off. So.
Well, but I'm just saying though, Jay. I mean, last year, I'm not kidding, had to have been about a dozen where we scored the winning run on the road or at the end. And this year, it's just not. It's not happening.
We haven't had the Merrill madness. We haven't had it this year.
We have not. So.
He has. Let's be fair. It's because sophomore jinx, but he's just not been healthy all year.
Well, he's not been healthy, and the guy's still just. I mean, he hit the P to center field. I mean, right to the guy, and you're just like, you can almost see it in his.
Oh yeah,
posture.
He's showing
like Jimmy Christmas. I'm hitting the tar out of the ball, and it's always right at somebody. Yep. So,
well, anyone who's played any sport, and when you do something right, and you
don't get anything.
I got nothing out of that. It's like that's frustrating.
Yeah,
that is. I mean, I don't know, especially at that level. He's 22. He's he's trying. He wants he just signed a good big contract. When you smack that ball and it goes right to someone's glove, it's like like Cronenworth yesterday. He kind of skewed the ball off into the bat. It rolled so slow that he got a single and a run score.
And Merrill's looking at that, going, "Are you kidding me?" Like baseball's not fair that way. It really isn't. I mean, most of your other sports are very precise. You can't catch a pass if it's not right to somebody. You can't score a goal if you don't hit it. But baseball's very unfair that way.
Yeah.
And unfair to the pitcher sometimes, where you get the other way. Where the swinging bunt kind of thing. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which would you had a bit of that against us too, or just like little dribblers?
Well, look at Adam. It was just I mean, I knew it was wrong when I saw well, first he called everybody out right away, but when when Manny came in and he goes, he kind of put his head down after he heard. He's like, he's done.
Yep.
He's
you talk about it at the beginning of the season, guys, and one of the first things you always talk about is who's going to stay healthy all year, and as a ball club, it's imperative. And think in fairness to the Padres, it's been a tough year for injuries this year. We've lost a lot of guys for lengths of time, not just Merrill, but Tatis and then Adam now and King and it's just a list. It's a pretty good laundry list, and it's not the squad guys. Okay. It's not the beat. It's your guys. So it definitely makes it tough. And Merrill even said, like, hey, everybody has injuries. We just got to find a way around it. Well, that's good talk. It's good talk. But you don't lose your probably number 1 or number 2 closer or, a relief pitcher and just walk through it and say, oh, well, we'll just find somebody else,
It's the one area we have. Yeah.
It shortened the length, Yeah. And now Morgan's number 5, not number 6.
Right.
And I'm still comfortable with that. I'm still comfortable with that.
It's not dire.
Yeah.
But I think also losing Bogarts.
He was playing well this year.
He was playing well. I mean, it's not in the beginning, but
whatever. To Iglesias, and I think Iglesias is a solid, amazing defender. Solid.
I would say he's a better defender than.
Then yeah, absolutely. But Bogarts was just playing.
Bogarts has been but both sides of the ball. It was his best year the last 3 months. Whenever he took off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his defense was good all year, but then when he started hitting, it's like, okay, where's this guy been the last couple of years? You know, and you could count, and when he came up, you go, okay, he's going to come through, and I have a lot more confidence in him than Iglesias. There's a reason why Iglesias was out there for so long. This is the question I do have. With the whole Iglesias thing, and probably Schultz not going to go there because he values defense over like whatever marginal, hitting improvements you could have. But in our Discord, which our Discord is live, by the way, people should join our Discord. It's pretty cool. We don't even talk in our
we talk in our Discord now
and our texting anymore.
Michael, are you in there? You got to join too. You got to figure it out. Jerry, if he doesn't know, you got to teach him how to do it. Because
all right. Well, wait. Now what? You're telling jokes?
You're
now?
In there.
Yeah, you're telling jokes. Hey, Jerry, teach somebody about technology.
It took me 2 days to get it. It took me 2 days to get in there because I didn't realize I had another account.
Anyway, what I brought up in our Discord was, do you basically move Cronenworth over to short, Arise to second, O'Hearn to first, Sheets is your primary DH, and then you have an outfield of Laureano in left, Merrill in center, Tatis in right, Fermin is your primary catcher, and while maybe that's not the best defensive because Arise isn't the best defender, but in that alignment gives us our best hitting lineup, which we kind of desperately need. Thoughts on kind of shaking it up like that? Jack, I'll give you first pass because I think Jerry's.
All right. If they go to Colorado and they don't score runs, then I'm gonna think about it because you got to score to win, obviously. But right now, I think I think Cronenworth could play a decent shortstop. I think he could be fine there. I'm just not sure about Arise. I mean, I'll be surprised. He made himself a really good first baseman defensively. He's much better than I ever thought. Because the knock on Arise was, okay, he can hit the ball, but defensively he's terrible. Again, second base is a lot different than playing first base. So I don't know because you got to have that double play. Being able to turn the double play and all that different stuff. So right now I would say no. Just because, but now if the offense comes around, if Manny starts hitting the way Manny can do, and Tatis and Arise could, get those 3 hits a game like he did last year, then we should be fine. But right now I wouldn't do it.
Our 1, 2, 3, and I would put put Tatis out of that orbit a little bit because I feel like he's been pretty consistent aside from not hitting home runs. He's actually done a pretty good job, but
I want him to smack some home runs.
Yes, sure. Who wouldn't? But Arise and Machado have been cold in August. So cold in August.
Well, now it's September.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so let's heat it up a little bit. Both Arise and Manny.
Arise had a 2-run homer.
Huh?
Arise had a 2-run homer.
When did Arise hit a 2-run homer?
He in the game that we lost.
Yeah,
it was only 2 runs we got. It's only 2 runs we got.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But I'm saying on average.
Well, I knew better than to expect that in Discord or a text for you to acknowledge that.
Manny Machado hit a home run yesterday, which is great. I'm just saying in general they have been ice cold. So they got to heat up.
Well, it's not going to happen because Schultz already addressed that numerous times and said that's not going to happen. It's not, No,
because you know what? He saw it on Twitter and he said, "Screw it."
Yeah. No, like we talked about it last week.
He's very similar.
He's just a man of conviction. He's like, "This is my lineup, and I'm going to stick with it." And we keep getting stuck on the same thing. It's up and down the lineup. I'm honestly, the only guy that is hitting consistently is Laureano. Mm-hmm. He's the only. Sheets has been hot, but I'm talking about since the trading deadline, Laureano is the only guy in the entire lineup that you sit there and go, that guy day in, day out has had pretty good success.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that guy
and when you're only scoring 2 or 3 runs, it to me, you start picking across the lineup. I just think you're going the wrong direction. So.
And Laureano is becoming one of my favorite players.
Laureano's a psycho in the best way. Like, I love him.
When he tried to climb the wall and get that ball that was hit 20 rows deep.
He was like 10 rows deep. And he's like,
but you like him now, but I'll say this. There was a time when I could pretty much pick almost any player out there, and you go, man, that's my guy. I was talking to Michael about that today. I was like, just be wary. It's not time, don't do the long-term thing just based on a 30-day trial.
No. I like it.
I'm glad we have him next year for $6 million. Yeah.
No, I like his
attitude.
Well,
he's the serious guy. He kind of reminds me of Machado. It's like, I'm out there to do my business. Like,
he's more serious than Machado. Machado cut it up a little.
I don't know
Laureano's
if I've seen
I will.
I don't think I've seen Laureano smile.
No.
Yeah.
You know who's afraid of Laureano? Tommy.
Everybody.
He's not quite as crazy as Tommy Pham. He kind of has the Josh Naylor thing too of just I'm serious all the time. I don't crack a smile. Actually, but I think I've even saw Josh Naylor crack a smile
against the Padres. He did. He
did.
I said, is he allowed to smile?
But I don't think I have seen Laureano smile once.
But obviously, I love what he's doing. And there was a time, I know, about a month ago, and they were talking about the Padres lineup and everything, and I think it was before the trading deadline even, and they were saying, believe it or not, the Padres actually need another power right-handed hitter.
We did.
And so when they went and got him, because you think, oh man, Tatis, Machado, we already got, and it's like, yeah, but and then Bogarts, of course, had been hot, but had not been hitting the home runs.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, I guess we could use another right hand because we got a bunch of lefties, and you can get overloaded with lefties, and you're happy about it. For whatever reason, it seems like lefties have more trouble hitting lefties than righties have hitting righties.
Yeah,
does that make sense? I mean, I don't know if there's a statistic. I'm sure there's some more out there. There is, but I just always previewed that as lefties just always seem to have a harder time staying in with left-handed pitching
years ago
versus righties.
This is back in the 80s. I heard a player explain it. He goes, because there's not as many good left-handed pitchers you face growing up through the minors, through the majors. I mean, it could change now, but back then it was like you don't see a lot of great left-handers. It's mostly right-handed pitchers, because how many left-handers? I can. I don't remember facing a lot of left-handed pitchers growing up, but that's what.
Even if you're like a passable left-hander, you can hang MLB.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a Jamie Moyer pitched for till he was 90, because and even Tommy John, who had Tommy John surgery, obviously he pitched for a long time. And
he
did they call it Tommy John surgery when he had the surgery?
No, it could have been Steve. It could have been Steve Mura, pitching coach, not Steve Mura.
It's called rotator cuff surgery.
Who's the pitching? Not Steve Mura. What's his name? He was a Padre. He was the second one to
always talks about him. Mud Grant always talks about him. The second guy to get Tommy John.
Yeah. It was a Padre. Well, he's a pitching coach. It's not Steve Mura. It was.
What I love is just I've known Jack for a very long time. It's the facts that his brain retains, and then the facts his brain doesn't retain that always brings me joy. Why is it called Green Acres versus who was the second guy to get Tommy John surgery?
Well, because
his sister's the same way. So
Jerry got a new computer.
Oh gosh.
Sometimes your brain. I need a new brain. I need a younger brain to remember.
I was telling Jack before we got on. That's what we were talking about, Jay. Everything on my new computer is backwards as far as where it plugs in. And I'm going to need. He showed me there. I'm going to need an adapter because right now my mouse can't be in at the same time.
And who told him that?
My microphone.
The old guy here.
There's not enough ports, So yeah. But I'll teach Michael how to get on Discord. Yeah,
exactly. It's bad when the 40-year-old is bringing the young demographic into the equation. Okay. Any other thoughts that we want to have before we get into our picks? Any other things?
I'm looking at the name.
Okay, look up the name, Jerry. Any final thoughts?
No, like I said, sometimes this Thursday day off is good for us fans too.
Yeah, it was nice. Like, okay, we
just
can't
kind of
lose
clear
today.
the head a little
Yeah,
bit.
I needed it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
because
needed it.
it's just it's just frustrating. And look, we're fans. We're not players. We root for the team.
Yep.
In reality, we have nothing to do with whether they win, lose, perform well, or don't.
Well, obviously someone does, but they left the game early.
But
Exactly.
the whole ideal is to enjoy it. And I guess my thing has been the same thing all season long. It's like I hear all these people talking about this is it. Preller needs to go. Schilt needs to go.
Yes.
So look, no team can sit there and say forever and ever these are the guys. But to me, this is not the call. If Preller went out and got what we needed, and people may not like what we gave up, but you can't argue with what we got. Okay, so that except again Cortez, but that was supposed to be kind of like okay, we'll see what he can do for us.
Yeah.
And again, not every trade is perfect. The second thing is gee, Christmas. I keep feeling like it's like repeat. We're 2 games out of the division. 2 games.
Well,
Yep.
2.
Well, not quite
In many years past, we were 2
run.
games out of the division on the second day of the season. So I mean, we're just in territory where I think fans are still a little bit bitter about last year.
Yep.
And just expect like, oh, we just need to do the same thing we did last year, and it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. So I haven't given up on winning the division. I think we still got a good run left in us.
5-1 right now.
And who knows? Who knows? Maybe we're putting our best run at the end when it means the most, and we could start sprinting towards the playoffs and be, ready to go.
Agreed.
And I think the other good thing for me is there's not a team right now. The 6 teams. There's not a team in there that scares me so much that I go, oh my gosh, we can't face them. Oh, we can't.
Well, luckily the Orioles aren't going to be in the playoffs.
That's one benefit. We can't face them. All right.
It would have been called Brett Strom surgery.
There we go.
Pitching coach. He was with the Diamondbacks last I checked. But yeah, if he just would have been
watched
smarter.
the pitch. Yeah.
All right.
He never recovered from it, but anyway.
Yeah.
Last week, I believe, Jack, were you 5-1 and Jerry?
I was 5-1. Yes.
I was 4-2. I was 4-2. I said I thought they were gonna win both series 2-1.
I thought Jerry. I thought that was a conservative.
I'm not going to back off on it. They should have gone forward too. Those are 2 teams that they should have done some damage against.
Yep.
I'll start it off. I think they go 5-1. I really think it's time for them to lay it down. Yep.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna speak for Oz since she's not here.
Yeah. Where is she?
I'm gonna be ticked if the Padres don't go 6-0.
Whoa. The Reds are technically a playoff team. Playoff periphery.
We're playing in Petco though, right?
Yeah, but we're coming. All offenses kind of take a while to reacclimate after being in Colorado.
It does.
But the Reds have not exactly been burning down though.
No, and they play in a hitter's park too. I mean, it's not as bad as Colorado, but it's a hitter's park.
It is,
and that's why we struggle. They we're hitting singles and they're hitting bombs. But
yeah.
Well, if you go back and look at the results, they went 2-1 against us, but the one game that we lost was 8-1. The other 2 were actually 4-2. And
Suarez blew a game, didn't he?
Suarez blew a game.
Blew a game. But I just think the starting pitching has to wake up. Just keep us, just in Colorado, if you can go 5 innings, 3 runs, that's great. You turn over that bullpen.
That's actually a great start. I mean, it really is. I mean. Yeah, I'm not making excuses for him, Jack, but, when you go to Colorado, you got to kind of set the bar down to where it's like, you know what, if you can keep the ball in the ballpark and hold the team to, 3 or 4 runs for the game, I mean, that's a good pitched game. It really is.
Agreed.
But I put my neck out there, but, they should just go and mow down the Rockies. It really is that. It's really that bad of a team that they really should.
Yeah, they should go in there. It's like the old. My dad used to say the old Yankee teams, the Yankee teams that won all the World Series. He goes
27s. Yeah,
he goes. Yeah, they were pretty average against the good teams, but against the St. Louis Browns and the other bad teams, they just mowed over.
Plus, there's only like 4 teams, and they played them 100 times.
Well, I get it, but they beat up.
It was easier. It was easier to win championships back then. When
it was a lot easier to win championships.
4 teams, and you saw the same pitchers 100 times or whatever.
Yeah, let's throw this in, guys. And I don't have the exact numbers, but I believe we're somewhere around a 667 team against the National League this year.
Yeah,
we're horrible against the American League.
Horrible. If we get to the World Series, I think we're something like 18-28 or something like that against the American League,
which makes no sense.
Jesse Agler, who does the radio for the Padres,
and he's good on TV.
They were asking him, because they have a weekly where he comes on the show in the morning, and they're asking him. He says, "I got nothing for you. There's no explaining sometimes, what happens. Why can you beat the Giants 10 out of 13?
We own the Giants this season.
Exactly. But how do you explain that sometimes? It's just matchups. It's the way, things were going at that particular time of the season. You could go play the schedule again, the same schedule next year with the same teams, and it would have a whole different outcome. Because a lot of it has to do with who's playing well when they get there and who's not playing well and who's pitching against you and who you pitched.
Well, we never played well against Seattle. That was 6 games, 5. We were 1-5. So,
And next year, you never know. You could go in there and start sweeping them and everything. But
it's just one of those things.
It's just one of those things. And we have had a really good record against visiting teams. I mean, again, we just went. That's the first series they've gotten swept by an American League team at home or something like that. I mean, I don't know the exact stat, but basically it said, wow, this was really unusual. This just doesn't happen at Petco.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
got confidence this team.
We played well at Petco this year.
Yeah. So I think they're shaking it up.
All right. Well, I'll put my prediction. I hope 4-2. Colorado's dangerous, folks, in Colorado. So that's just what I gotta say.
That's okay. The bottom line is, Jay, I'll take it. 4-2 right now. I mean, that's one thing that hasn't changed for me all year. You win series after series after series, you're gonna win. So the pressure should be on the teams that are following you, not you. So right now, just go out there and win series. You win the next 2 or 3 series, and you're already putting the Giants and the Reds in a situation where they're going to have to go almost perfect to catch you.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
And if you notice, whatever the stats mean, the Padres are still like 98% to make the playoffs.
Yep. Exactly.
So they've dropped 1%, I think, even with this 3-game losing streak or 5-game losing streak, whatever it is.
Never tell me the odds.
Never tell me the odds.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, we'll do it for.
Can I say one thing, though?
I
do like that, they're talking about realignment. Manfield, I guess, it suggested that. I do like that all the alignments have us out of the Rockies division.
Yes, exactly.
I since they've gotten the league, I hate playing games there. It's not real baseball. But to be honest, I'd like to let's go to the American League and just get away from the Dodgers.
Nah.
Just because we're never going to be able to spend the money they do.
Well, there's no way that the Padres will ever not be connected in the same division as the Dodgers. So
I know, but I was thinking, but I did like getting rid of the.
I'm a little bit of a traditionalist. And I know this is maybe a subject for the offseason and all that kind of stuff, but I will say this. I think it's time for realignment. I think it's time because the travel and everything that that goes with it. I think it remedies a lot of the playoff stuff, because now you've got the 4. If you had the 4 divisions, you got the 8 winners, and maybe you have 1 wild card, 2 wild cards, and then you're done. It just makes more sense to me for the travel standpoint because it's kind of silly that we're not in the same division as the Dodgers and the Angels and the San Francisco. It's a California division. You could throw Oakland in there for that matter.
Well, you can't anymore. I think you do Vegas, or you make Vegas, Colorado, whatever.
A lot of people
for another day because we can't do anything until the new teams come into play.
Yeah.
All right.
Raleigh's trying to get a team.
It'd be nice. I
don't think they will because I think it'll go to Nashville.
Or you should do Nashville and Charlotte, or Nashville and
Well, Nashville's on the top of the list. I'm pretty sure of that.
which doesn't make sense because Raleigh's a bigger city, but whatever. All
They've been trying for it longer.
Yeah.
Plus, it's infrastructure, guys. I mean, we know that when San Diego got the team, it's like you had Charger Stadium right there. So, they had the infrastructure already in hand. It's a different ball game now, but the bottom line is who's more ready for it than anybody else. So.
The Pirates are choking it away here. Conforto
Yeah,
got a base hit.
And Pa has just hit a little squibbler and they couldn't get anybody out. Anywho, on that note, we're gonna end a little bit early.
It's final.
Hit us up on our Discord. Put a link in the description for this episode. Come join, have some fun, and then definitely join us next Thursday at 5:15 Pacific, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, where hopefully we'll be in a much better state of mind than tonight.
Well, I'm pretty happy. Look at my house.
It's Dr. Seuss's house. It's not your house.
You can't. I bought it from Dr. Seuss. Jerry, teach me.
All right.
Well, Michael's been nice enough. He's got season tickets, and he's been nice enough to. He's the one that's taking me to the game next Friday. So
very nice. Well, hopefully bring some of that Jerry magic.
Well, okay, if you both go there and they lose, you don't even talk to me.
Yeah. That's
what we'll see you all next time. Hasta luego. And goodbye.
Bye.